Good morning, everyone. Test mic, test mic. Let's see if everything is plugged right here. So it is February 27, 2024, 9:39 in the morning. Just had some technical issues, but yeah, haven't had any positions yet. Let's look at what the SPY is doing today. SPY is just almost flat. All right, so SPY is flat, down by 0.04%, a little bit of a pullback there. What I've been looking at is how weak AMD looks like. It did had that move already. We are at the moving average here. Flat, down by 0.04%, a little bit of a pullback there. What I've been looking at is how weak AMD looks like. All right, so we're going to be watching AMD today. Let's see what Roku had been doing. Roku had been having that pullback as well. I'm looking at Roku for this one to create the bottom and have a strong support. Looks like right now the support was at 62.26 for Roku. But the 5 minutes doesn't look too good. And then let's see, coin is up. So let's watch coin as well. And then we do have Mara, the Bitcoin stuff. So we have Mara, Tesla, PANW, also up. Travel sector, CCL, NCLH. And then we do have Sound, SOUN, which is up by 18%. So this is the most gap up right here. Next one is Zoom. Zoom is making its move. And then that's it. SE had been a very good and predictable price action. So we're going to be watching that up by 2.6%. And then we do have our U for a gap down, and for a gap down, LNUR. So this one is down by 15%. It is not a low float stock. It is 15 million float. I don't like the daily. Looks very manipulated there. And Roku, yeah, waiting for Roku to show some signs of support. I'm a bit long bias on Roku. It had been for the whole week trending low. So Roku here, 63 yesterday, or the day before that, 62.9 acted as a strong support there. U is a short selling restriction. Float is 240 million. Uber, nothing. Amazon, nothing as well. And DKNG, up by 3.4%, up by 2.5. So just trying to see which one has the most gap, which is coin. And then Mara here, also huge gap by 8.8%. Doesn't look like it has the momentum to go higher. Pawn, I don't like the daily. There's a lot of support. And CCL having a pullback here. And CLH, I'm just browsing through the daily chart here. And my computer is just acting a bit slow today. Sound is not, you cannot short sound. That's the one thing that I don't like about trading stock, that you cannot do both sides. If there's capacity to short it, then there is the effect of the short squeeze that can happen if you're long. So I go like, yeah, it's a negative for me when you cannot do both long or short. All right, AMD, just have that opening range breakdown here. Look at the pre-market low and the pre-market high. So we are now at 173. Our SPY, we do have a news coming up at 10. So in the next 15 minutes, SPY, our daily, okay, at least we have some pullback here. It's a bit challenging to trade an all-time high SPY because you never know when is the time that it will have that pullback. Roku had a big dump pre-market, so with that big of a dump, I cannot trust it whether it had found a bottom. Doesn't look like it did yet. AMD, since we are late on the party on AMD to the short, the strategy that I'm waiting for AMD is a bounce up. Now that bounce up is too early. Market just opened. Momentum is still there for the shorts. So probably around 10:30 we can have that consider AMD to the long for a reversal. But we are just going to be in the sideline right here since we have missed the move. So the good thing about not jumping into any of the stocks yet is, at least your capital is not tied, and once you get to have that perfect setup, then you can easily jump right in. So for you is a gap down, down by 10%. I am expecting a nice resistance at this level at 30.52. So this is, let's see, 30.52. I'll be interested on what you will do at that level because it had that level as a support couple of times. So let's see if it's going to break that level versus will it act as a strong resistance. The strategy that I'm thinking of with you is a short once it reached there, 30.52. It's a short selling restriction, so we only get to be filled on an uptick. There's a lot of bid at the 30, so this is going to pop to 30. And then, let's look for an opportunity for a short there. AMD here looks like it had found a support here, temporary support at that level, 172. 173. Let's look at any anomaly in a lower time frame in the 1 minute. 1 minute, this one still, this one having that consolidation now. We do have that S4. Will it have that S4 as a strong support versus a resistance? Right now, SPY is having a little bit of a pullback still, while AMD is encountering that support. So let's look for, let's see. I want to enter long here, but I wanted to enter long at a little bit of a pullback. So let's see here. we'll start with a small position with AMD. So starting a small position, AMD to the long, very small position. What else is there? What is Nvidia doing? Nvidia, same sector as AMD. Would like to add to my long at the pullback. I would rather have a little bit closer to 173 for the add. Okay. Just added to that small position. So we're still at that consolidation. So another logical stop loss as well is this S4. But here we do have the consolidation at 74. All right, so you look at this one. We put this level right here, 30.52. We were saying that 30.52 is a good place to short. And look at that rejection right there. That is already a move of, yeah, more than 50 cents. And that's how you look at the bigger picture. You look at what your strategy will look like here. Since it's a gap down, we're short bias, and you look at the next strong resistance, which is here. So 30.52. I was looking at AMD, so did not get to time this one on what it will do at that 30.52. Now what I'm looking at is the 5 minutes. Let's see. The 15, very huge wick right here. Ideal is, a small wick where you can have the entry that is farther from the VWAP. Right here, it's so close to the VWAP. That's 30 cents. Big volume push through here. 15 minutes still. Yeah, although the 5 minutes looks like it's just consolidating, 15 minutes as well. It's just consolidating. 1 minute, let's see if we have not a lot of volume here to actually say that we are heading lower. All right, since I'm not watching AMD, this place right here could have been a good place to add, but I missed that. All right, just added to that position. See the potential there. We're encountering the VWAP there. Good add, could have been a pull at the pullback. Added to the position. We are getting that little bit of a push up here. SPY as well, almost close to the VWAP. So AMD waiting for a little bit of a bigger push. So Roku has not a lot of volume right now, and I don't like the 15 minutes. Look at this big wick. I'm long bias Roku, but this big wick right here, it's just not gonna give me a good risk to reward ratio. All right, so 5 minutes here with the U. This big wick right here as well. We're talking about $1 wick. So where are you gonna put your stop loss there if there's a big wick? So that's the thing about Zoom. Zoom here, 9 EMA is forming a 9 EMA. It is a gap up. This is a nice play to the upside. So 9 EMA, it's a gap up, although we do have some moving average right there. Let's see, 66. We do have lots of orders sitting right here at the bid. So that's the only thing. Not a lot of volume here though. It moved from 69 to 65, so that's a $4 move. We are having a bit of a pullback right here from the pre-market now that we're open. Okay, I'm gonna start a long position here with a Zoom and gonna be adding to that position. All right, so small, just a small share size there at Zoom. Let's watch AMD here. Looks like AMD is having a little bit of a pullback as well. Roku now looks like it had established a support. Roku established a support right here at the VWAP. What I also would like to see is Rivian. Yeah, having a pullback, looking weak. All right, AMD here. So for AMD with our 173.65 is our average cost. And where is our Zoom? Zoom here. Yeah, I don't like that. It is encountering that strong resistance right there, but let's give it some time. AMD here, we're above the VWAP. Roku here. This is like a VWAP play here. It's always just in the VWAP, but the thing that had me away from Roku is because of this big wick. All right, AMD here, working very nicely. We are now at that moving average S3 now. All right. Take some partial. AMD. We are at that moving average. With the add in that position, just moving my stop loss behind that. Having that. Let's see if it's gonna stop me out. Just added to my position in Zoom. And the rest of that partial, let's move it above that. So some partialing there. And then Zoom here is just not having any movements at all. So, okay, Roku here found that support at the VWAP. Rivian. What I'm looking at Rivian as well is for it to find a support, and then once it finds a support, then we can do long with Rivian. All right, where are we at? U here. U has a lot of consolidation. It never get to touch this short bias with U. Not a lot of volume here though. 30 is still here, so this is still gonna pop to 30. All right, Zoom. Moving very slowly. All right, added to that position in Zoom. See, but moving very slowly. All right, the other one that we're watching is U. We were on the sideline just because there was a big order sitting at 30, so that prevents us from shorting this one, but this is a gap down. Zoom right here, consolidating. This is a 9 EMA trade. You have a huge gap up, and that gap up encountered this pullback, so we entered at above the body of this candlestick. Below the body is the stop loss. Okay, AMD here, time to move our stop loss, our partial there, another partial behind it. All right, Zoom, having that pullback right there. Where is Roku? Roku here, very discreetly climbing up. This is the VWAP right here. Could have been a good play at 63. But let's see. AMD, some partials there, behind it. And then our Zoom here, having that pullback as well. All right, CCL, this is a gap up. Let's see if CCL is going to form a 9 EMA where it pulls back at the 9 EMA and then bounce from there. So that's the 9 EMA play. All right, AMD. AMD, look at this one. It partialed, took my, have me that partial, but it's now moving. So I still have less than 100 shares here, but we did make a good profit right there because we loaded up here. Oh boy, Zoom is having a pullback here. You here. Let's see if this is ready for a dump. 5 minutes, I don't see any anomaly in the 1 minute. 5 minutes here, no anomaly as well. Order sitting right here. AMD still moving with our small position that's still there. So just trailing it up. We do have that moving average there. What time is it? 10:02. So I guess that news wasn't such a big deal because the news probably was over. All right, I don't like that the volume is depleting here, but we are close to 30.52. That is the strong resistance that we are looking at. Uber is an inside bar. Rivian here, the 5 minutes consolidating, but we do have yesterday's support, which is that level 10.26. So let's see what it'll do at 10.26. All right, Zoom right here. Let's just move this one closer to that moving average. All right, you having that pullback again. once it's closer to that strong resistance. Zoom here. I don't like that it's about to break that support. That is a support right there based on the 15 minutes. We have touched that 68.24 a couple of times. So once that support is broken, then yeah, this trade right here is not gonna look too good. All right, AMD here still has some juice left. So let's just trail our remaining shares. Roku. All right, back to you. Back to you. Rejection at 30.32. This one now has a potential for a short. Not a lot of volume here. This can easily just test that resistance as well. I need more confirmation for this one that it is ready for a short. Rivian here. Let's see. All right, is it gonna stop me out here with the zoom? Okay, testing that support again for zoom. Wow, I was watching Rivian here, having that. I'm waiting for a long for Rivian. All right, so that one is a support right there. That's the high of yesterday's candlestick. All right, Rivian is a long. So let's see here. I'd like to enter on a pullback. All right, entering long Rivian. Zoom doesn't look too good. Okay, entered long Rivian. What else is there? Nvidia, AMD having a little bit of a pullback there. Let's trail our stop. This is the remaining shares that I have. And Zoom here. All right, Zoom is still having that support at 66.21, 22. So for that one, our stop loss is behind it. Rivian. What is happening with Rivian? With Rivian, we found that support yesterday's high of that, the body of that yesterday. So that's why we entered long there. I've also been watching the daily for Rivian to invest in once it shows us some signs of strength. All right, so Zoom here is just under that consolidation. The longer it takes for that play to take place, the lower the probability that it will go in our favor. That means it's just consolidating. All right, so Zoom right here. Let's go back here. And all right, time to adjust that moving average or that stop loss, because we have now broke that support that I placed here. We tested that here. Big order 66. So let's see if that order, once it okay. So Zoom here got about to get stop out. Rivian working nicely here. This is the could have added. All right, so it's okay. Stop out here with Zoom. Zoom is not ready yet. So that one, let's see. It is still, the moving average there is still, yeah, that level. This is gonna go next to 65.90. Yeah, Zoom is not ready yet. AMD though, the last remaining shares that we have is doing pretty good. Oh boy, Rivian, look at this one, big rejection at the VWAP. I'll be waiting for another entry for Zoom. Right now it's not ready yet. But Rivian, all right, AMD remaining shares here, still working very nice. So just trailing my stop behind that move for AMD. I'm actually short biased with AMD. So what I'll be doing with AMD is once this, okay, we are creating a new high of the day with AMD. So 176, that's going to be a strong resistance there. So my stop loss is just behind that. It's just going to be all out at that pullback because, yeah, we have a moving average there. We just created a new high of the day for that. SPY, on the other hand, is weak. AMD is still strong. Rivian here is just consolidating. Time to tighten up that stop loss. So next support there is just below this previous candlestick. Thing with this is I'm gonna have a higher probability of getting stop out, but that's totally fine. If it doesn't look like it's ready for a bounce, then we can wait for another entry. So with regards to AMD, yeah, to begin with, I am short bias AMD. So I would like to short this one once it shows us some signs of weakness. Right now I'm long. I long it at 173 and now we're at 175. Remaining shares is all the way. We're down to like 93 shares here. This is the pullback right here expected. And that's why our stop loss is behind that pullback. All right. Zoom right here, will it be ready for a bounce? Doesn't show that it is. Roku pullback here, another pullback. AMD, oh my gosh, AMD is just so strong. And Zoom here is a laggard, so Zoom is not doing anything. All right, all out at Zoom there. All right, Rivian. So Rivian here just consolidating. I do not like that VWAP had a strong sell-off. That wick right there. But right now it looks like it has the potential for this to go even higher. So I added to my position there. And let's look at AMD. I'm timing AMD for a short. This is the effect of the short squeeze. People are short bias here to almost third day that it is looking weak. Those who were short needed to cover their position, hence having that pushed up. So we created a double top right here. You have this strong ceiling. That ceiling was broken. Now that ceiling is acting as a floor or as a support. I'm waiting for another re-entry for a Zoom to the long. Rivian is just consolidating. So Rivian, not as exciting as AMD. AMD is moving, quite exponentially with that significant time. And although Rivian is not as exciting, but it is grinding. All right, Rivian. moving nicely here. It will just take some time. And let's see if I can add more to this Rivian position. And last small position here with zoom. All right, all out zoom. That's not looking too good. All right, AMD here. So AMD is up by 50 cents. The thing with the AMD here is, what is this resistance that we're encountering? That wick right there, 176.79. I don't see any imbalance right here at the bid and the ask. So Rivian, although not as exciting, but it is doing what we want it to do. So this one is a strong support right here. We are at the VWAP, so expect some consolidation there. Just gonna move this to that strong support, giving it some room to run. All right, zoom here. Look at this one. So zoom is the trade that did not work. Rivian is working nicely. Roku having a pullback here. You see, this is the one that we cannot trust earlier. It's so close to that resistance, and now, yeah. So we'll wait for a sign of weakness in you, and we can short it there. Okay, AMD now. Let's move our stop loss again. Now with AMD, once this one, Rivian is working nicely now in our favor. Once AMD hit our stop loss, then that would give us a sign as well that it's reversing, and that could be a good sign as well for a short. CCL encountered a strong support right here, 15.48. Our 5 minutes. Let's see, not a lot of volume, no volume price anomaly here, but we are creating what we call another 9 EMA here. 9 EMA, since it has a strong support here, this can be a potential for the long. So let's see. Just because I do have Rivian AMD position, let's see, let me just manage my AMD here for now before entering a new trade. And Rivian is working nicely. Let's put our stop loss behind that move. All right, so all right, you having a pullback now. Rivian looking okay. AMD consolidating here. There could be some shorts jumping in here now. If we find any anomaly with this volume bar, then yeah, we can jump into a short there. But so far right now, AMD having another pullback, you having a pullback here. This is the anomaly. Well, first anomaly here with you. This U is looking weak now. And let's look at our 30.88 acted as a strong ceiling there, which is this level. So that's a couple of body of that candlestick. 30.87. Strong resistance, potential for a short. Let's do a short now. So shorting you. Let's see, I am gonna add to that position. You here. All right, Rivian. So we have a couple of open position here. Rivian working nicely as well as AMD. All right, Rivian, let's move that stop loss behind that moved. So let's trail our stop loss with Rivian, and then what else? AMD as well. Working nicely, short squeeze happening here. Just trying to lock in some profit there. Zoom is just, the next support in Zoom is this level, 64.27. Let's see what it'll do at that level. Rivian here is working nicely. We were calling out a 9 EMA play, which is CCL. CCL here, very weak, very huge wick right here. 15 minutes. Do we have an anomaly here? Not a lot of volume. Could be a fake out. All right, not a lot of volume here as well. Stop loss here is at 30.87 with you. Wow. Dang. Okay, so with that I am all out here. I did not like that. That one was such an anomaly that it just squeezed the heck out of me. So yeah, that's the thing about, okay, but Rivian here working nicely. So just doing our trailing our stop here. And AMD here is just, yeah, hindsight is 2020. I wish I could have left more shares with AMD because look at this pop. We entered at 173 all the way to 177. So, oh my gosh. So that is a one heck of a move. Rivian here as well is, let's move our stop loss. Let's lock in some profit there in case we get a pullback. I can actually take some partials as well. So Rivian, our U stop us out. This U right here is a loss. CCL here, we're looking for a potential for a 90 EMA. It touches 90 EMA here. Will it bounce up 90 EMA? Not a lot of volume. It can just be a fake out as well. But it does have, wow. All right, let's see. Oh, this is the 1 minute. Where's my 5 minutes here? Very close to getting stop out here. That one was a good run. I do have some guys coming in today just to work on some, we're having some renovation in the house, so I will keep it short. But right now, yeah, all right. So we do have our Rivian and our AMD. Wow, trade here. Rivian is, let's trail our stop behind it. AMD, I'm looking at AMD for a short. All right, so Rivian pushing up here. AMD, still short bias AMD here. If we it gives us a good entry to the short, but not right now. Right now, I'm still with that remaining shares to the long. All right, Zoom here. Zoom, did we encounter support? Low of the Zoom is at 64. All right, so our stop is behind that. Rivian, our stop is behind that. And C, took some partial as well with Rivian. And all right, so remaining shares 909. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, so it's starting to be very loud in here. As I mentioned, I will have some workers to do some renovation in the house. So with that, I am just ending this trade. Yeah, now, and we'll do this again tomorrow. So let's do our recap. So we did a couple of stocks today. We did AMD, Rivian, NU, and Zoom. So we have one loser here, which is you. And what we did with AMD is, let's see here, we do have a SPY that is still having some pullback. So Zoom first. Zoom, we went long right here, got stopped out, long again, and it was just a break even. And then for Rivian, we went long right here and trailing our stop, and it got us stop out. And then, so that is our trade with AMD, well, with Rivian and Zoom. I was trying to short this one and it got me stop out, so that's a loss with you. And then right now, just trying to see what AMD will do. With AMD, I went long and short. So long right here all the way up to stop me out at 176, so 173 to 176, so that's a $3 move. Short it right here, 177 to 176, so short is just about break even. So with that, yeah, ending the day short today, but I hope you guys had a green trading day, and we'll do this again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.